Andy Johnson, just an overview to get you going on some of the basics of writing instruction for a pre-K through 12 classroom. First of all, there are 5 steps in the 5-step writing process. You should teach and model each step explicitly. Pre-writing, what you do before writing, just as important as everything else. How to generate ideas. Drafting, getting that sloppy copy, those ideas on paper. Revision, the heart of the writing process. Revision, see again. Editing, grammar, spelling errors at the very end, step 4, and then sharing and publishing. Now, the goal of a writing lesson plan is to enable children to create meaning with print. We create the conditions whereby children can learn to write and teach skills within that context. Now, most writing lesson plans are pre-write and draft, just those 2 steps, and I will show you. However, here are a sample of some various pre-writing activities to demonstrate, model, and teach. Brainstorming, just listing ideas without evaluating. Web and brainstorming, the node with the 3 things attached where you brainstorm on each one. That's great for expository writing. List or outline your ideas before you write. Power write, where you keep the pencil moving for 1 to 3 minutes and just let slop appear on the page. Talk to a neighbor and prime the pump, where you share a small paragraph or a piece of writing that you have done to get writing going. Now again, most teacher-directed lesson plans are simply the pre-write and the draft or sloppy copy. And I'll model these, but during a writing time then, students look through their file folders, they choose the draft that they wish to take to the revision and the editing process. Just like you and I, they get to choose. They realize not every draft is something they want to take to the revision and editing process. So they get to choose, all right? Now here's an example of an open-ended writing lesson plan. My objective, pre-writing, take a minute, decide what you want to write about today. On a sheet of paper, quickly list some things you'd like to say about your topic. When you get 7 ideas, then you can begin. That's kind of a sped-up version of what I would do. Students will write to 5 to 10 minutes, or until I see the energy leaving their pencils, and then I'll say, all right, move into your small groups. Take a minute to share, and they'll put their drafts into their portfolio. During the writing workshop, they will select the piece that they wish to take to revision. And remember, you want students to write from within themselves to the greatest extent possible. If you do use a writing prompt, such as describe a time when you felt very angry or happy or sad, all right, you want students to write from this in themselves. Always test your writing prompts out on yourself first to see how you would react. Here is an example of some questions, prompts, or ideas that could stimulate an aesthetic response. Students are writing from within themselves, and you can stop and you can look at that. And one more example, students will write about a happy moment. Think about happy moments, ask the class to brainstorm, we'd list them on the board. Today you're going to describe a happy moment and you'll be sharing in a small group. I always tell students that they'll be sharing. Students will write, watch for the energy to leave the pencil. Students share in small groups, put the drafts in the folders. That is it, a short overview of how to make writing happen.